Good evening. I'm Steve Fodor, and I'm here to welcome you to Fox Valley Giving Tuesday 2014. The hashtag Giving Tuesday movement was created in 2012 in response to the overwhelming materialism occurring over the Thanksgiving weekend, beginning with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Instead of getting caught up in the materialism of the season, Giving Tuesday encourages people to reserve their money for gifting to a favorite charity that can use it to make a difference. Joining us today are several local nonprofit representatives who are going to share their work in the community in hopes to inspire you to support their efforts of this International Day of Giving. Jennifer Cook is up first. She is the Director of Marketing and Events at the YWCA Elgin. The YWCA Elgin was founded in 1901 and works to promote diversity and to empower women and families in the Elgin community. She's here to share with us the success stories from the YWCA Elgin's various programs and to tell you how your dollars can be used to continue to make a difference in the lives of local families. Dawn Lassiter-Bresky is the Director of Marketing and Communications for Markland, founded in 1954. Markland is a private organization based in Geneva and Bloomingdale that serves children and adults with severe developmental disabilities. Today, Dawn will briefly discuss how its various programs and services focus on its mission to make everyday life possible for individuals with profound disabilities and how your donations can make such a difference in their lives. Brian Gooding has been an early intervention specialist and peer advocate for Open Door for 3 years. Open Door has been serving the greater Fox Valley for more than 37 years. They are the premier organization for sexual health and awareness, providing sexually transmitted infection testing and treatment, comprehensive HIV and AIDS services. Open Door is currently expanding their services, so keep your eyes open for exciting news in the coming months. During the next hour, we will take an in-depth look at the services that each of these important agencies provide in the greater Fox Valley community. Before we start, we encourage you at any time to visit an organization's website for donation information or to use direct links to the agency's donation site at givefoxvalley.org. Jennifer, please tell us more about the YWCA Elgin.
Thanks, Steve. Well, welcome and thank you for joining us for Giving Tuesday 2014. I'd love for you to check out my video that gives you a little overview and the story and the history behind the YWCA Elgin.
At the YWCA Elgin, we don't have a paid celebrity spokesperson that raises awareness of our organization in the media. Our corporate structure isn't too big to fail, where we have a team of national lobbyists securing our funding. There are no Fortune 500 companies nor professional sports teams who endorse us. And we're okay with that. While society tells us that bigger is better, we believe it is the size of the heart of the organization that counts. While we may be small, we are mighty in our mission of eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting justice and opportunity for all. We are not beholden to a giant bureaucratic structure that dictates how we serve our clients from the top down. Instead, we sprout from the ground up, where we address the immediate needs of our community. We continually grow to meet those changing needs. Quite literally, we are a grassroots organization. A grassroots movement is defined as one involving the common people. We have been in Elgin for 113 years because of this. We welcome everyone, regardless of race, creed, orientation, socioeconomic background, or religion, and we always have. Throughout our history, we have continued to evolve to meet the needs of our community. From providing housing in the 1930s, to transitioning Asian immigrant refugees in the 70s, to providing working moms with low-cost childcare today. We have also transformed our building space throughout the years, from having a community cafeteria, a fitness center, and a swimming pool, to to now having a state-of-the-art childcare facility and spaces for kids and adults to learn. We are not selling gym or pool passes here. We are providing Elgin residents with a safe, comfortable place to network, learn, grow, and come together in community around our noble mission. YWCA membership means so much more than what activities you can do in our building. Your membership gains you inclusion into the world's oldest, largest women's organization. Decade after decade, the YWCA has remained a proponent of social change as we strive to promote education and opportunity for women and children. We help make the world a more tolerant and inclusive place. That says a lot about us, and your support of these ideals through a YWCA Elgin membership will say a lot about you. Do you want to know how to get involved? Then ask us. Come in. Let us show you around our building so you can see how we are raising up the next generations of students in our Teen Reach and school-age childcare program. So you can see immigrants learning English so they can gain employment skills. We welcome you for a visit so you can learn how to become a part of the YWCA family today.
So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the current program offerings that we have at the YWCA Elgin. The first item that I wanted to talk about is our award-winning Teen Reach program. That is a program where we offer middle and high school students a safe haven after school. They say that most kids will get into trouble between the ages of between the times of 3 and 7 p.m. And so we have our program where we give them opportunities for homework help, mentoring. We give them a healthy snack. We have recreational supervised activities such as basketball, healthy opportunities, and they're all supervised to keep kids off of the street. The focus that we are currently having with our teens is volunteerism and giving back to the community. We have a great group of students who is very active in Elgin. They participate in a lot of different community events such as Love Elgin Day, Nightmare on Chicago Street, and one that we're currently doing is we're doing a shoe drive, and this is helps people in third world countries. It's a shoe drive that is continually going on until December 19th, so this is another way to give back in addition to your monetary donation. Just drop off any used shoes and they will be either recycled or given to people in third world countries. So far, our teens have collected over 2,100 pairs of shoes for this cause. So they're really doing a great job. And you can see some pictures of them sorting and processing the shoes. And it will also get some money back to our non-for-profit for this cause.
Dawn, you're going to tell us all about the Markland.
Yes, I am. Welcome, and I would like to let everybody know what Markland is. We are an organization that serves children and adults with profound developmental disabilities. We as well have a video.
Everyday life is all of us getting ready in the morning, going to school, baseball games, camping with the family, and homework.
At Markland, everyday life is getting ready in the morning, going to school, baseball games, and camping.
Everyday life, it's getting lunches ready, driving my kids around, after-school sports, walking the dog, working out, and spending time together.
Everyday life is going to lunch, therapy sessions, after-school activities, walking the dog, running, going to church, and spending time together. Everyday life, happens every day.
The activities that fill your everyday life are the same activities that fill ours at Markland, the children and adults we serve. From morning to night, our days are full of what makes life, life. Each person living up to his or her potential with the help of the special care we give.
Everyday life is special at Markland. Physical therapy, aquatherapy, music therapy, volunteer outings, caring people, filling our clients' days with purpose and possibilities.
At Markland, everyday life is just like your everyday life. It just takes a little more help to make it happen.
It takes care. It takes people. It takes generosity. It takes generous, caring people. Tonight, think about your day and think about everyday life at Markland. Then make a difference in those everyday lives.
Just give you a little overview. Markland has been around for 60 years. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary this month, actually. And it is, a really neat story, kind of like the Christmas story. Markland's history started with the birth of a baby boy. And back in 1954, if you had a child born with severe disabilities, chances are you didn't take them home, and they were institutionalized. Well, back in Markland's case, we had a little boy by the name of Mark William Lund, born in 1954 with Down syndrome and severe cardiac issues and other disabilities. So his pediatrician asked a local nurse that he knew very well if she would want to take him in as a foster child and provide care for him, which she did. And gradually took in another one, and pretty soon the organization started, and they named it after that very first client, which is very telling, that they didn't name it after a town or a company. It was the name of this little boy. So now we have close to 120 clients over 2 campuses. We have a 25-acre campus in Geneva that includes our a big developmental training facility. We have 6 residential buildings that clients live in, and we have our children's home is still in Bloomingdale, where the original home first started the organization. And we have a day school attached to that, the Markland Day School, and that is for children with multi-needs as well as those diagnosed on the autism spectrum. So we have really grown in many different ways. We provide services to our clients as well as to day clients who come in just for the day and they live elsewhere. We provide therapy, aquatic therapy, as we have an indoor heated therapy pool. And we have rec therapy and music therapy and art therapy and volunteers who come in and help us out. And it just really has provided what our vision statement is, the ability for us to make everyday life possible for individuals with profound disabilities. And what that means is we are giving them more than just being able to be alive. We're giving them a life. We're letting them go out to movies or sporting events and just being able to enjoy life. We have services with occupational therapists that let them learn how to use communication devices that are triggered from their eye movement, and it's just amazing what can be done. And we are a not-for-profit, so we are supported by the state to a certain degree, but we also fundraise because there is a gap of $16,000 per client per year that we have to fundraise in order to provide the Markland standard of care. And so that's, where Giving Tuesday and other donation type events are very important to Markland. So if you want to learn more, visit our website at markland.org, and there's also a button right on there where you can also make a donation.
Next, we need to bring in the Open Door.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Jennifer and Don, for telling us about the great work that your organizations do. I'm here to represent Open Door Clinic. We're a non-for-profit, community-based organization that provides primary health care, supportive services, outreach, prevention, testing to people living with HIV AIDS in the Fox Valley area. We have 2 locations, one in Elgin and one in Aurora. We're the young group here. I had YMCA, they said 101 years, over 100 years. I think that Markland said they were around for, would you say 70? We're at the 30-year mark here, 37 years. We've been providing services in the Fox Valley. My story is a little different from the other 2 presenters. Not only do I work at Open Door as an early intervention specialist and peer advocate, I work with people that are newly diagnosed or people that are lost to care, that have been diagnosed and for some reason have chosen not to seek medical care. I reach out to those people and try to bring them care. But I'm also a client of Open Door. I've been HIV positive myself for about 18 years now. I came to Open Door in about 7 years ago. I was at a very bad place in my health. I had a clinical diagnosis of AIDS. I was suffering from depression, anxiety, and it's a series of other things. The services at Open Door helped me rebuild my life as somebody that's living with HIV and gave me hope that I'm going to have a long and productive, healthy life. I got involved in support groups there and got involved on their advisory committee. I'm now, and eventually they hired me there as a peer advocate, and I took special training through the state Red Cross and schooling to be a community health worker and to provide testing and counseling and referrals to people in the community. So I have a personal stake in our work, and like the other agencies here, we're living in a climate of dwindling funds. We're nonprofit agencies that rely on grants and federal funding for our operating costs, and those funds are shrinking. And in the world of HIV, the need is still growing. I think we have a video.
My name is Jeannie White-Gander, and I'm the mother of Ryan White. Ryan chose to represent everybody with this disease because as we met more and more people with AIDS, we also met their moms and their dads and their families, and we realized they were just like us. We were all just fighting for our kids to live. And so I think by representing everybody living with this disease, it made it more real for people to understand about AIDS. And listen, I think with Open Door, it's like awareness. I mean, we're bringing awareness to the disease, and so people can understand and not afraid to seek help and ask for help, so to speak. I think it's just a matter of getting people into care, into treatment, and I think that's what Open Door helps immensely. I hope it continues for as long as there's an AIDS epidemic, because I mean, there's nobody more than me that would like to see an end to this disease. But as long as the disease is still with us, then I'd like to see care given to people who really need it, who don't have insurance and who can't afford to get their meds. Pushing them forward to love themselves and to continue in society. I think the most important thing we can do is try to stop the spread of AIDS now. I think it's everybody's responsibility now to to educate people on the disease, to try to stop the spread of the disease, because I don't think we've done a very, very good job of doing that. And Open Door, I think, can really help that. I mean, just by getting people into early health care, but also educating people to protect themselves and not spread the disease themselves.
All right. Well, I just thank Jeannie for her input there. She touched on a couple things. People living with HIV. There's still a lot of stigma and misinformation that surrounds HIV, and Open Door is really taking a lead role in helping reach the national strategy on HIV/AIDS, which is to have an AIDS-free generation. We have a goal of helping people get to we want 0 new HIV infections, 0 AIDS deaths, and 0 discrimination for people living with AIDS. And we know that people that are in care and on their medications, and they have suppressed their virus to what is technically called undetectable, the chances they can pass that virus onto somebody else have been reduced up to 95% or more. So we want to get people in care on medications so they're not out there transmitting that virus to other people. Mental health is a very big part of people living with HIV. Often suffer from depression, anxiety, and other mental health, or post-traumatic stress syndrome from their diagnosis, or seeing friends die. We offer mental health services at Open Door, along with support groups and case management to help people manage their lives, their medical care, maybe help with benefits and that kind of stuff. We also do outreach, education, and prevention in the community. If we can prevent one infection, the lifetime cost of an HIV care is about anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000. If we can spend $80 on a test and save us $500,000 down the road, that's always a better strategy for our state. I also do the testing and counseling and prevention out in the community. I go out and reach out to high-risk populations and test them for HIV, and then and I've had to give diagnosis to several people. In Fox Valley, our new diagnoses are all between the age of this year are between the age of 20 and 30. So they're young people. That's what we're trying to get out and get the message out to the young people that how to protect themselves from HIV and give those tools to them. When I test somebody in the field and I give them that positive result, I'm able then to link them right into care at Open Door, which, as I said, is very important in getting them the services that they need right away. We provide services to people regardless of the ability to pay. We're funded through Ryan White, the Ryan White Fund, and various grants. But as I said, that pot of money is dwindling, and there's a perception with the ACA and the new healthcare system set up that we don't need those programs or that money anymore. We have a vision of an AIDS-free generation, and I think we can reach that. That any money that you donate goes directly right back to our services. I'm a product of those services. When I came to Open Door, I was sick. I weighed 120 pounds. I had a diagnosis of AIDS. I was on disability. With the help of Open Door and through those services, I've been able to rebuild my life, work myself off disability, become a tax-paying member of society, and now I'm in a position where I get to give back to the people that gave so much and made a difference in my life. And I encourage you to support Open Door and its mission and its cause in any way you can. Anything would help. As I said, we can prevent one HIV infection. It's worth it for me.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you for sharing your story. It's clear how important Open Door is to our community. Don't forget, you can donate online to Open Door at opendoorclinic.org anytime. We want to get back to the YWCA and some of the programs that they are involved in. Jennifer, you have some very interesting programs at the YWCA. The first one that you wanted to tell us about is your ESL Family Literacy.
All right, thank you. Well, thanks. It was really interesting hearing that, Brian, and I know you celebrated World AIDS Day yesterday. Christine was telling me all of what Open Door was able to accomplish with that on Sunday and yesterday, so congratulations. We're going to switch gears a little bit from, AIDS and healthcare to children and families. Here at the YWCA, we have our adult education and family literacy programming, and this gives people who are coming to our country the opportunity to learn English. These programs are offered and they're very high quality, some of the most high quality adult educational services in the state of Illinois. We are pushing the students into an accelerated rate of English, which enables them to get jobs, to communicate with their children's teachers, to talk to their doctors about their health care in English. And these are some of the most hardworking students that I have ever seen. I give them so much credit for coming day in and day out, and they don't have to. They do it of their own accord because they really just want to better their lives and their children's lives through access to education and access to learning English. We offer many different levels. We're starting to offer more advanced courses now. And during the times when the moms and dads are learning, we offer a preschool program where they're taught, basic fundamentals, letters, singing, songs, basic math, the things they would learn in preschool, and we have toddler and infant care for children younger than that. Some of the pictures that you're seeing displayed is when the Elgin Fire Department came out, and it was great because our students are taught all in English and they are given opportunities to practice their English through conversation groups, literacy night, and through programming where we bring in local resources. And at this point, the fire department was teaching not only the youngsters but the adults as well how to keep their families safe from fires, especially this winter when there's space heaters and fires and whatever so that we can continue to support our families and keep them safe and healthy this holiday season. So what we're looking for is your donation dollars can be used to teach these children, to get them access to technology. Obviously, the younger the kids are, it's starting earlier and earlier, and as well as the adults on the iPads. We have some really awesome apps that help the students to practice their English skills. So those donation dollars will be put to good use, helping our adults be successful in learning their English language.
Very good, Jennifer. Thank you very much for sharing those stories. You have lots of interesting things that you're doing at the Markland with all of your needs. How can somebody help you and all of your clients at the Markland?
Well, basically 90% of every dollar that is donated to Markland goes directly to client care. And so whether that's going to be toward purchasing new equipment or helping us be able to hire more staff, that is certainly, either way, is a big help at Markland. We have, our clients for the most part are non-ambulatory, and which means they cannot walk on their own. And so they all are in very specialized wheelchairs. All that equipment is very expensive. We have some very cool bikes that our therapists ride with our clients, again, to give them that everyday life experience. We have different types of standers and walkers and all kinds of therapy equipment. And again, the pool, having the indoor pool is so important. We've recently completed a study on the effects of aquatic therapy for people with developmental disabilities, and the results will be published in a medical journal. We recently received approval, and they're very exciting results because we're seeing people who cannot walk on land able to walk in water because of the heated water temperatures, but also, the effects of water on the tightened muscles. Just really is amazing. It's like you walk in and you see miracles happening in our pool, and all of that, with staffing and maintenance, on the pool certainly takes money. So donations, toward that specifically is very, very important. But our clients, they come to Markland with very interesting stories. Some had traumatic birth experiences, which is how they got their developmental disabilities. They're born with cerebral palsy, for example. Others have had accidents, traumatic experiences, falls, or near drowning incidents that cause brain damage and therefore their disabilities. And each individual story is just amazing, how their families worked with them for as long as they could, and then obviously as the clients age, their parents age as well, and so they look for a place, usually when they get to be an adult, that they need to have their child placed. We have actually a couple of young men who were neighbors growing up, each having their own situation with disabilities, and now they're neighbors again because they both ended up moving here to Markland, and that just really fulfilled the dream of their parents to have them be together again. Mac and Jacob, just love being together and have grown up together, and just to have them be neighbors again here is just so exciting for everybody to see. We had a couple of brothers who had a developmental degenerative disease that really didn't hit them until their teen years, and so they had the typical growing up years and had, went to school and high school and had jobs, and gradually started seeing this their conditions occur. And so now one of them is here and the other one's on a waiting list, but he comes in for developmental therapy every day, and so they can still be together. So it's just, like I said, the stories are numerous, and everybody, each client in their own way is just so amazing. And when you get to know them, we just have a tremendous core of volunteers who come in and work with our clients and help take them on outings. And certainly another way to give to Markland is to volunteer, to give your time. And again, you can learn more about volunteering as well as donating on our website at markland.org. And people can also contact me through the website if they want specific information. So we appreciate being a part of this collaborative effort, and it's exciting to hear everybody else's stories and to share Markland's.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Brian, are there opportunities for volunteering at the Open Door?
Yes, in fact, we have plenty of volunteer opportunities from things such as making condom packets to organizing and helping around the clinic, and we have volunteer opportunities for AIDS Walk and different events throughout the year. The volunteer opportunities, again, they're all listed on our website, which is opendoorclinic.org. The volunteers do play an important part in community-based organizations in providing some of those things that we can't particularly maybe afford to pay somebody to do all the time, but that still need to be done. So yeah, the volunteer opportunities are many at Open Door. We also have opportunities for people that are HIV positive to go out into the community and tell their story. We're working with some young men right now to go out and do that in colleges and high schools. So we have the kids have a face to what HIV is, and it looks just like them. So that's a really effective message to get out there.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brian. How about you, Jennifer? Can we go over to the YWCA and volunteer? Is there any need for volunteers?
Yeah, the next thing I kind of want to talk about is one of my favorite, and my pride and joy, I guess you could say. We have a service project that we do in conjunction with the Elgin Junior Service Board, and that's our Cinderella's Closet program. And right now we're going to show you some pictures of where those dresses currently are housed. It's in an empty swimming pool, and there is a 13-foot drop. So it's not the best use of space, but our Cinderella's program, Cinderella's Closet program, we provide subsidized dresses for girls for the prom. We've also expanded it year-round so that we can help a person who is truly in need with all of their formal dress care needs throughout the year. One such example of that is a girl that we were helping she was homeless, and she needed a dress for her 8th grade graduation and dance, and so she was between living spaces with her family, and she came to the YWCA, and we were able to outfit her with a couple of dresses and a handbag and shoes for these events to give her those priceless moments that are so important to a young growing girl, so that she could go to those events with dignity. So the Cinderella's Closet event, it's held in March. It's going to be March 23rd this year, and we use about 100 volunteers during that event. We also have a lot of dress sorts and things that need to be done in preparation for our event. So you can find more opportunities either on the Elgin Junior Service Board's website or at our website at ywcaelgin.org.
Very good. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I wonder, how much of my donation is going to direct service for the YWCA? Do you have any numbers on that?
Well, right now we do have on the donation website, you can do that through GiveFox-Valley.org or else on our website, and we have a gift selection, so you can pinpoint where you want your donation dollars to go, whether that's to our ESL family literacy, to our after-school child care program, Teen Reach, and then some of our women's leadership programs that are also throughout the year. We had a How to Run for Office, a women's focus to get women into the political arena. We have an entrepreneurial conference which encourages women to start their own business, and just other things throughout the year. That's what the YWCA traditionally was. It was a coming together of women and to empower them and their families so that they can live their most successful lives.
Dawn, are there any ways that we can donate to the Markland other than financial? Are there any non-monetary needs?
Well, certainly people can donate in kind, make in-kind donations. We have people who donate their construction services or in materials that paper products, or when we fundraise, a lot of times we have auctions and we have gift baskets that we make, and so people donate gift certificates to their own companies or stores or restaurants, services for massages, or even donating, airline miles that we can add to a package for a trip. So we're always looking for options like that, which certainly is not a cash donation, because everything will be used, again, it would be used in a way to help raise money at our events. We have some big events that we hold each year. One coming up fairly soon in the end of January is our Top Hat Ball. It's our 19th annual, and it is held downtown at the Marriott Hotel on Michigan Avenue. Big, lovely black tie dinner dance and auction. This year's theme is an evening along the Nile, so very Egyptian decor, and I'm sure a lot of Egyptian-looking dresses will be there. So that is, our biggest fundraiser each year. We have a golf outing in May, where the golfers get to play with former professional athletes. We've had a lot of Chicago Bears, former Bears players come out, which is so much fun. And then, on the other end of the spectrum, we have fundraising. We have a 5K in October and pancake breakfast. So, come on out and take part in one of those events. And certainly, again, all of the proceeds from our events go toward the services of caring for our clients, because that is our #1 mission. Our #1 goal is to make sure that our clients have a wonderful life here at Markland.
Very good. Same question for you. Are there any non-monetary ways that we can donate to Open Door?
Yeah, definitely. As both the previous speakers said, donation of your time, just being there to do some of those tasks that need to be done around the clinic or the organization. We're always looking for items for our pantry. We run a pantry. We don't do a food pantry. What we do is a dry good pantry. We offer the items that clients aren't typically can't get on their SNAP or Link card, like toilet paper, shampoo, toothpaste, dishwashing liquid, laundry soap, all those things that you're unable to buy with your Link card. We try to hook our clients up with that, because when we did an investigation, we thought there are plenty of pantries and plenty of resources to get food, but there aren't the resources for those other essentials that clients may need. We have a yearly fundraiser also. It's called All Things Chocolate. That'll be coming up in April or in May. So look out for that. It's our biggest event of the year. Local chocolatiers come around and they provide the chocolate. We have a silent auction also, so we do look for items to put in that silent auction to create gift baskets also. So those are another way you can donate to Open Door also.
One last question for you, Brian, over at Open Door. Do you ever turn people away?
No, we do not turn people away. It comes down to funding again, and the money. The state provides us with a certain amount of money to reach out to people that they consider high risk. Well, the CDC guidelines are that everybody in the United States should, between the ages of 12 and 65, should be tested at least once in their lifetime for HIV. So if you come in and you meet with either me or Marcos Bathos, he's our other outreach guy, we're going to assess kind of what your risk is, and we're not going to turn you away without you knowing your status. And today we can do that in 20 minutes through a rapid test. We take an oral swab. You have a short counseling session to identify your risks, what behaviors you're engaged in, how you may change those behaviors in the future, and you get those results in 20 minutes.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brian. How about you, Jennifer? What is the YWCA doing for people? Do we ever turn people away?
Well, as you can see with the picture of the swimming pools, our space is in need of probably $109,000 to renovate so that we have more usable space. Unfortunately, our child care program, it's called SAC, is so wildly popular. We have a wait list of like an entire binder because it's such high quality care and it's sliding scale, so that we can give working moms the safe respite for their children while they are able to work. So we do have a little bit of a waiting list, but in terms of all of our programming programs such as our women's leadership, they're open to the public, as are all of our events such as our leader luncheon, and that's in May. So yeah, it's basically buy a ticket. So we welcome everyone, all, as my video, hopefully when we show it, all walks of life, races, genders, ethnicities, gay, straight, everyone. I mean, it's a very tolerant place. We're working really hard to fulfill our mission, empowering women and children and families, and eliminating racism, which means in total inclusion and really promoting diversity throughout our community. And Elgin is a very diverse community, so we are definitely a proponent of that.
How about you, Dawn? You mentioned that there was a waiting list for your facility.
Yes, there is. Unfortunately, people are placed in our residential program based on if we have an opening, and they all work through the placement agencies, through social service agencies, to determine if they are appropriate for Markland. The clients at Markland have such severe and profound disabilities that they're a very small piece of the disabilities pie. which is why it's important that we, have the right people that are placed here so that you don't have somebody who is higher functioning and therefore, potentially bored with not being challenged as much. But we do have a very long waiting list at both our adult campus in Geneva and the Children's Home in Bloomingdale. However, we do accept people in our day program much quicker. So if you're living within a certain number of miles and can have transportation to and from Markland, you can come in and receive the therapies here. What we are excited about is that for our day school, we are expanding. We just broke ground to be able to expand and have a whole new addition put onto the building that will just be specifically focused for children on the autism spectrum. And we work with all the school districts in the various counties, Kane and DuPage and Lake and Cook, to be able to help them meet the needs of their own students. And if they cannot serve their students in their school because of the severity of the level of autism and in combination with other health issues, they can come to Markland and we will be able to help them out there. And we're building this new building for the school thanks to assistance from some autism specialists who really helped us design it the way, it really from the ground up for keeping the students with autism in mind. So we're excited about that. So in about a year, we'll be able to accept a lot more students because right now our school is, landlocked and really kind of small. So we're growing in that regard and be able to serve more students and children.
I hope everybody enjoyed our time today, and I hope you consider donating to our local not-for-profits that are around helping people. Thanks again to Dawn Lassiter-Bresky, Director of Marketing and Communications for Markland, Brian Gooding from Open Door, and Jennifer Cook from the YWCA. I hope you take time to make a difference in people's lives today on Giving Tuesday. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.